Were US soldiers too afraid to shoot at the enemy in World War II? Well, SLA Marshall conducted interviews with 400 US companies during the war. From these interviews, he found out that only around 15% of US infantrymen fired their rifles at the enemy, claiming that some wouldn't shoot at all whilst others would deliberately miss. He stated this was because soldiers were too afraid to kill the enemy, as from birth we've been conditioned to think killing is wrong.
God says not to kill.
When his book about this came out, it was hugely praised. In fact, it even changed the way the US trained its troops and police, switching from bullseye targets to human-shaped ones for marksmanship training, and putting greater emphasis on getting soldiers psychologically ready to kill.
This is Satan himself we're fighting.
But there's just one problem. Pretty much everything he claimed was bullshit. For example, Marshall himself stated it took 2 to 3 days to interview a company, and he started conducting his interviews in 1943. This meant it was literally impossible to interview that many people by the end of the war. But it gets worse because there's no data, no transcripts, or any other proof of his 15% claim in the notes from his interviews, showing it was all likely made up.